Hey everybody, welcome back to our deep dives into the New Testament, where we do short videos and go line by line to discover any spiritual nuggets that we may take from the New Testament. And we are in a section where previously Jesus, he's still giving this Sermon on the Mount, and he is talking about basically judging people from their actions, which was can be good. And there was some confusion in that past video of what exactly he was trying to get at. So I'd appreciate your comments and on the previous video too, if you'd like to watch it. But here, Jesus is talking about, take heed of his word. And a wise man, it would be like building your house on a rock. And then saying that in verse 25 of chapter 7, he goes on and extends that parable that a house built on the rock will withstand storms and winds and all those sorts of things. But in the parable, it gives no tools on how to do that. And every time Jesus insinuates so far on how to do these things, he's just saying, invoke my name or something like that. But also in the previous video, that you can tell a man by their actions. You can pray or manifest or however you do it in your own religious or spiritual practice, and you still have to take action. Like, you still have to do things. And setting your meditations and your prayers with intent, and then the intent to take action, that's really vital. And there are no tools given there. That's one of the reasons why we explore all those things in our other channel, Mystics of Texas, and mysticsoftexas.com, because it's obvious that the infinite God has given us an enormous amount of tools to use, and we do deep dives into those in presentations and interviews and such. So I invite you to go check that out if you'd like. And to continue in this, whoever doesn't listen to me, Jesus says, is like a fool who builds his house on the sand. Then the storms and winds will, just knock it down and crash. But that seems to me like such a propagandist scare tactic that we see in our own governments and own dictators and tyrants now. Like, you have to do this or die. You have to get this injection or you're dead, or all these things. Seems it's a scare tactic, and scribes knew very well how to write these things. So in my reading and study of the New Testament, I'm not 100% sold on the scribes dictating exactly what Jesus said. And I don't know how they could, doing it so many years after the fact, since Jesus never wrote down a word. And so if we continue in verse 28 of chapter 7 of Matthew, the people are astonished because Jesus spoke, quote, from a place of authority. Well, doesn't that remind you of how people put quick faith in people that have a white coat on, or people that have a suit on and they speak with confidence and authority, and they must be right, and nobody does their individual fact checking. They don't question authority, which questioning authority is the hallmark of liberty and freedom. We have to do those things, and we have to respect contradicting views to our own in a respectful way. If they're coming from a place of good intent and they're doing what they believe to be right, then we can honestly and openly examine those and determine for ourselves whether or not they are right or wrong, and just go about our lives so long as they're not infringing upon our own rights. And then we go on in here, and he's just giving some advice and winding this Sermon on the Mount down, and it is often confusing and contradicting. So I would encourage you to go listen to the past, about 10 videos on the Sermon on the Mount, because some of it is really good. It has some good chunks to really make you think, and then there's also things such as Jesus says you only pray like this. He gives an example of here's how you pray, and this is exactly what you say. And then later he says, you can ask and you shall receive, which contradicts that prayer thing. Because if you're asking and talking to Jesus, then are you praying or are you asking? Like there's some nuanced and quite striking contradiction. So with that, we'll wrap this up. And if y'all are in the local area and you like to explore all the tools that are available to us that the Infinite has obviously given to us to have self-exploration, to have the ability to grow and to connect with nature and to others, so that we can ultimately, in our daily practice of meditation and group meditation like we do out here, to commune with nature and with God, then come out. We have it's a family-friendly, beautiful facility nestled in the piney woods of East Texas with no neighbors, and it's quiet and peaceful, and you can really recharge your batteries every week. And I believe that we all need that, and I encourage you to find your own place to do that, whether it's in any church, synagogue, temples, or any group that you build, or spiritual organization that allows you to have your own religious practice. I think it is important for all of us to find people that are striving to be better. And with that, y'all have a great day, and I hope you go check us out on our other channel, Mystics of Texas, and mysticsoftexas.com. Thanks.